Shalom and good day all, this is Tequila29 back again for some DC reviews, and in these DC reviews I'll be covering Justice League Unlimited and also Superman issue 22. For the Justice League Unlimited, it'll be issue 3. It's a story by Mark Waid where the Superman 22 is still by Joshua Williamson. I'll now get things ready for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So, first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art, which I'll have a look at, to which I'll be showing you around the beginning, middle and of course the end, and also what is happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we return to the Watchtower, to which we see that some of the members on the Watchtower are preparing some meals. Whilst this is occurring, we have fake question Renee Montoya having a little bit of a conversation with the character known as Airwave, who is a new character on the scene. So as we start to draw towards the middle of the story, we go to the area of the Amazon forest, Amazon rainforest, to which we catch up with one of the villains and also a new a character from Spirit World. I forget her name. It's nice to see her return as well. Not only that, we also get to see the return of Phantom Girl. I didn't get to show the page here, but you will get to see her in the story, as she was a fantastic character in the Terrifics run. And I recently finished a video, which is probably going to be scheduled later on the channel, in regards to graphic novels that I've recently read through. So I'm not too sure when that will go up, but you will get to see me talk about the Terrifics when it gets to that. And we also learned that whilst some of the Justice League Unlimited members are sort of like outside the Watchtower, they're attending to some things, to which we have parademons plus also other characters as well, including other villains that are interfering in events around the world. And last but not least, towards the end, so for the internal art, I give it a 6.5 out of 10, as I felt the art could have maybe done with a little bit more extra time in it, to make things be brought across a little bit more easier. Next is the area of the story, and surprisingly, with the story we did get some comic book references as to where some of these things are tying into. We had the comic book reference to Aquaman issue 1, so that's the Jeremy Adams Aquaman. We also had the Batman Superman World's Finest issue 36. Next is the area of time, to which there was no mention of, like whether it's addressing it day, afternoon, night, past, present, that type of time, or even an actual time itself, like maybe 1 to 12 p.m. The locations that we got to see in the story were the Watchtower. Of course, we got to see Costa Rica, the Amazon rainforest, and Gateway City. The cast of characters consisting of Renee Montoya, the fake question, Ted Cord. It was really nice to see him back again, the real Blue Beetle, or one of the real Blue Beetles. Of course, the members that make up the Justice League, the character known as Airwave. We had parademons, we had the Phantom Girl, we also had Plastic Man, and I think we also had the Mr. Elastic as well. It would be nice to see some of these character names applied to characters when they're shown in the story, because sometimes you have people who are reading these and they might not know who a character is. So I think it would be great to see that included, especially if you might want to get some new readers. The new readers ain't going to know who the hell some of these characters are. older long-time readers, yes, they might know, but you think everyone that might be a new reader to the series is going to listen to the older readers? Odds are very remote. Of course, we had the character of Swamp Thing as well. For the overall story rating, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into Superman issue 22. So, as we start to move into issue 22 of Superman, does this cover in any way, shape, or form connect to something that is happening inside of the story? In some essence it does, but my overall rating for the cover is a 6.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what is happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we return to the area of Metropolis, to which Superman and also Lois Lane, Superwoman, just keep Lois Lane as Lois Lane minus the superpowers, please. I prefer that more. She doesn't need to have superpowers. She's a superpower in her own right. in the job she does, working at the Daily Planet. So we see him taking on one of the new groups who wanted to take a hold of the character of Doomsday for their own plot. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, we do finally get a reveal as to who one of these characters are, and we learn that the character's name is called Radiant, as Superman decides to take him on, along with the help of Lois Lane, Superwoman. And last but not least, towards the end, to which we have Supergirl being confronted by the Time Trapper, who has his own agenda in mind. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the story. Considering how far we are, did we get any comic book references? The answer is no. Next is the area of time. Nothing again in the area of time. I'm afraid to say that there are some points being lost here because of some of these things missing. Next is the area of the location, to which we know most of it's taking place over Metropolis or in Metropolis. The cast of characters consisting of Clark Kent, Superman, Lois Lane, the Superwoman right now. We also had Jimmy Olsen, the Time Trapper, the character of Radiant, and a couple of other characters. The overall story rating is a 6.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.